Ram Sankirtan ki. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaydam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavascha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saritam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Ye Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bando Jagate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Purusharaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Shantyadeshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome to all of you for today's session. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, 21st chapter. Hope you're all fine. Yes. A long back, 1 year. Huh? Just last year, the same time I came. One marathon we did actually. Second canto marathon. Finished second canto last year. Finish. So it's all very much you. Goodness, welcome us. Let's think about right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So I think for last 4 months you were not having classes. Okay. That means after a long time we are coming back to classes. Yes. So third canto is going on. I hope you all remembering the flow. Second canto we finished. In the ending of second canto we have seen that. So Padmakalpa stories. Sukadeva Goswami is going to explain to Parishit Maharaj to answer his questions, which were asked in 8th chapter of second canto. So then in that Padmakalpa stories, so we have seen in Padmakalpa stories also what he started conversation between Vidura and Maitreya. Vidura asked similar questions. Whatever the questions asked by Parishit Maharaj in the 8th chapter of second canto, same type of questions were asked by Vidura to Maitreya. So that's why in Padmakalpa, so that's why Sukadeva Goswami wants to just repeat the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya. So in this way, Vidura also from where he begins, Vidura leaving his the Dhritarashtra's palace, being insulted by Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Vidura leaves the palace, and then after that, that we have seen in the first chapter of third canto. So he is leaving, then he is going to the various holy places. Meanwhile, he meet Uddhava. After meeting Uddhava, so he asks about Lord's wellness and what the Dwaraka Vasis are doing from from Uddhava. Then after that, finally, Uddhava suggests Vidura to go and meet Maitreya. Whatever the doubts you have, instead of asking me, you go and ask Maitreya. He will explain to you. Then Vidura meets Maitreya. This starts from which chapter? Fifth chapter of the third canto. In third canto, fifth chapter, we have seen the meeting of Vidura and Maitreya. So then Vidura asks questions about the Srishti, creation. Then Maitreya started explaining about the creation in fifth chapter. So how the Mahavishnu glances on Prakriti, then after that, 23 elements. My voice is clear? Yeah. 23 elements creation we have seen there. Then we have seen prayers of 23 elements, Adhisthana Devatas of these 23 elements, pray to the Lord. So that also those prayers we have seen. These 23 elements Adhisthana Devatas are not the controlling deities of senses. No, they are different actually. So then after that prayers, further that means these 23 elements are coming together with the help of Samhanana Shakti of the Lord that we have seen in the sixth chapter of third canto. Then we have just seen the creation in the sixth chapter of third canto. Then in the seventh chapter, once again, so Vidura asks the several questions. So many questions he asks about the creation, subcreation, and also secondary creation, second Visarga, and also Varnashrama dharmas, and many things about the time, influence of time, like that. Many things he asks in the seventh chapter. Once again, in eighth chapter, Maitreya starts explaining how Brahmaji appeared from the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's lotus novel. Then after that, he is searching for so who is the cause for his appearance. And finally, when he meditated, he got the darshan of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu's prayers. So he prayed, Brahmaji prayed to Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So those prayers we have seen in ninth chapter of third canto. So after the prayers, so Lord instructs him, do tapasya, and after doing the tapasya, then you can get the ability to do the secondary creation. So then once again, that means second time tapasya Brahmaji did. Then because of that, he got the ability to do the secondary creation. Then Brahmaji started doing the secondary creation. That means different types of creations we have seen there. So in the 11th chapter, we have seen the influence of time. Brahmaji's creation, how begins. So from where he begins, that is said in the 12th chapter. 12th chapter beginning, Brahmaji creates the 5 types of ignorances. So then after that, he creates the Chatushkumaras. Then after that, he creates the Rudra. Brahma creates Mahajanas, Prajapatis, not Mahajan, Prajapatis. Then after that, Vagdevi, like that we have seen. And also we have seen Brahma got attracted to the Vagdevi. Then after that, he left his ignorant body and he purifies himself. Finally, Brahma creates Swayambhuva. That is discussed in the ending of 12th chapter. Swayambhuva also has 2 sons and 3 daughters. Uttanpada, Privrata, Devahuti, Akuti, and Prasid. This much he said. Then in the 13th chapter beginning, Vidura asks actually, Swayambhu Manu is a great devotee. Hearing about the great devotees on whose heart Lord's lotus feet is there. That means always they meditate in their heart, Lord's lotus feet. Such a devotees, so glories should be heard. Without hearing, even studying the Vedic literature is not successful. So like that he says, that means Vidura request, he wants to hear more and more Krishna Katha. So then Maitreya started explaining about what happened after to the Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu was instructed by Brahmaji to go and do the creation. That means create the human beings. That means progeny, increase the progeny and have your own kingdom and do the yajnas and satisfy the Lord. Like that, Brahma instructed to Swayambhu Manu. But when Swayambhu Manu went and saw the place, Earth is the place where Swayambhu Manu can do all these things, but the Earth is not there actually. Then what happened? Swayambhu Manu came and said, "This there is no Earth." And Brahmaji was just thinking what happened, contemplating. So meanwhile, Lord appeared from the nose of Brahmaji in the form of Varaha, small Varaha initially. Then it started growing. Then it has grown very big. It is covering all the Satyaloka, Janaloka, and Tapoloka and Janaloka. All these three lokas is covering such a big, huge. Then that Varaha went inside to the Karkodaka ocean and lift out the earth. While lifting this earth, here Maitreya did one mixing of two things. Now he is explaining about the Swayambhu Manvantara, but he brought the story of Chakshus Manvantara. Suddenly, there is no Hiranyaksha in Swayambhu Manvantara time. But now suddenly he said in the story, there before keeping that earth into its place, Lord killed Hiranyaksha. In the Swayambhu Manvantara, there is no Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu are the Diti's son, and where Diti is Daksha's daughter, and that Daksha comes in which Manvantara? Chakshus Manvantara. There are two. Initially, one Daksha, Brahmaji's son, and there is a one more Daksha. That means same Daksha will take birth from the Prajetas. So that Daksha is different actually. That is comes in the Chakshus Manvantara. So actually, Chakshus Manvantara, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha story happened. This story he mixed actually. Now he is explaining about Swayambhu Manu. Suddenly, he mixed the story of Chakshus Manvantara. So he said that Lord killed Hiranyaksha, and then he kept back earth in its place. So like that he said. Then topic is taken into the another side actually now. Vidura asks, who is this Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu? What is the cause? Then Maitreya once again starts telling about conversation between Devatas and Brahmaji. One time what happened, Devatas were seeing all the places, darkness, and they are not able to, because they are all in the womb of Mother Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha in the womb of Diti. Because of that, there is full of darkness and they were not able to do their regular activities because there is no sun. That means the sunlight is diminished by the influence of this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. So then, yeah. So then, so Devatas went to Brahmaji. Then Brahmaji just laughed at them and he started saying, I cannot do anything like that. But he says the story actually. There is actually the story behind is Kashyapa and Diti. These people are going to, these two people in timely they had the intercourse. Because of that, so these demons are taking birth. And he says, why these, who are these demons? So that also he further explains. Actually, this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are nothing but Jaya and Vijaya. So one time what happened, these Kumaras went to Vaikunta, his Devata's elder brothers, Kumaras. They went to Vaikunta one time, and while entering into that, after the entering into the gates, the seventh gate, Jaya and Vijaya were there standing, and they stopped Kumaras actually not to go to inside the Vaikunta. And they are feeling very bad for this. these Vaikuntavasis are not fit for standing in the Vaikuntha gate, because Lord is always Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya. So he's a protector of the Brahmanas, and being a servants of, so Lord's servants, that means who is the protector of the Brahmanas. But these people don't have such a attitude actually. Their master's quality is not there in these servants. So that's why these people are not fit for staying in this Vaikuntha. And they thought and they gave curse actually. After giving the curse, of course, after that they repented for that. They felt very bad, because Jay and Vijay also fell down on the lotus feet of these four Kumaras. The four Kumaras also felt very bad for that, whatever they did, because being the conqueror of all the, that means dualities, Veda Gnanam is not there, and they are also beyond the Mana Apamana. So Tulya Ninda and all, that means Dukkesh Anudignamana, Sukesh Vigataspruha. That means they are in the state of Stita Pragnan, but now they became victim of their own anger. And they cursed such a great exalted Vaishnava. So that's why they also felt very bad. So then each of them, they, that means telling for, that means regretting for their own mistakes. Then by that, because of that, the dosha is purified, is removed. Now Brahmana's word should become true. By that time, anyway, Lord came, so to see his servants who are now leaving Vaikuntha, and also he wants to give kripa to these four Kumaras. So that's why he came, and he gave his darshan. Kumaras really got so much, that means relishment, Santarasa. They are very much enjoying the Lord's beautiful form. So initially they thought that Lord may give curse, but Lord is not at all. That means He is so merciful. He didn't give any, because they cursed His servants. But Lord forgave him, and also Lord was very much unhappy to see the separation of His servants. Then after that we have seen Lord is also asking forgiveness from the Kumaras for the mistake of His servants, and so on. So we have seen. So then after that, Jaya Vijaya, they fell down. And that is the story Brahmaji explained to Devatas. So now Mother Diti with this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha in her womb. And they so took birth, and after taking birth, Hiranyaksha started showing his power and conquering all the people and making the Devatas to defeat. Actually, before fighting itself, they ran away. Actually. And he conquered all the planets, and he was searching for a fight, who can give a strong fight. Then, with the help of Narada Muni, he finally met Lord Vishnu, and there was a big fight in 18th chapter and 19th chapter. We have seen fighting. So, like this, Hiranyaksha was killed in 19th chapter ending. This whole story, why it came? Because why Vidura asked in the 13th chapter beginning, so please explain me about this oil. So because of that, so what Swayambhu did, Maitreya started explaining, but he mixed so Chakshaman Mantra story. That's where the whole discussion went this much. Actually, that 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All these leelas came inside actually. Suddenly. But actually, main question is what? What is the Brahma? How Brahma did creation? That is the 12th chapter. Brahmaji, how he did his secondary creation. That was being explained actually. Swayambhu Manu appeared, and his five children also appeared from him. This much is said. So, since the question is asked, this was said. Then after that, Maitreya continues in the 20th chapter, creation done by Brahmaji. How Brahmaji did actually creation of the Devatas, Asuras, Rakshasas, Kinneras, Kimpurushas, Yakshas, Bhuta, Preta, humans, Prajapatis, all the creation he explains. Maitreya explains and he finished like that. That means Brahmaji's creation. Okay, that till that we have seen, and now we have to continue from there. Actually, after that, what happened? Actually, Maitreya, what he is going to tell? What Vidra asked? That we'll be seeing in the 21st chapter. That means Brahmaji's creation is being started actually and told by Maitreya, and these are all things came. Now, secondary creation he explained completely in 20th chapter. So after that, Vidura is asking. Okay, shall we continue from here? विदुर उवाच स्वायम्भुवस्य च मनो वंशः परमसम्मतः कथ्यतां भगवन् यत्र मैथुनेनैधिरे प्रजा. Translation anyone can read. Say, the line of slide was before its team. Who actually says, I beg you, give me all of these days, whose progeny I need to successful. Yeah. Vidura is asking, in this chapter, mainly we see Kardamuni is doing 10,000 years of tapasya. Because of that, Lord became pleased. And also we see Manu is coming to give a girl to Kardamuni. This much we see in this chapter. Okay. So now, that is summary of the chapter. Vidura is saying, Vidura is asking actually the 5 slokas, various questions. The line of Swayambhu Manu was most esteemed. O worshipful says, I beg you, give me an account of this race, whose progeny multiplied through sexual intercourse. Because now onwards, we are going to see the propagation of the progeny through the sexual intercourse. Before that, whatever Brahmaji created, he doesn't have any sexual intercourse. Just from his mind, from his feelings, actually, if he felt in the mode of goodness, then devatas came from that. If he, when he felt mode of ignorance, then the from that asuras came. And when he felt mode of passion, then rakshasas came. Like this, we have seen from the various feelings of the Brahmaji, various creations happened that we have seen in 20th chapter. Now onwards, that means whom Brahmaji created, from them the progeny is not just by feelings, it is not coming, but it is coming through the sexual intercourse actually. So that's why he is asking how Swayambhu Manu's descendants, Katyatam Bhagavan Yatra Maithunena Yedire Prajaha. Now, creation part only it is being continued. How the creation happened through sexual intercourse. This is the question asked by Vidura. Before that, there was no sexual intercourse. So just they are all coming from the Brahmas. Now, through the sexual intercourse, how the progeny is increased, is continued. That he is asking. Maithunena edire praja. We'll be reading the purport. Regulated sex life to generate good population is worth accepting.